going on, guys? It's TheGamingWaad here, back from the dead to bring you another interesting build guide for a new build that I've been playing in 3.27, whatever, this Keeper of the Flames. This is the Kinetic Fusillade turret gun by Alcohol, and forgot the other guy's name, but I will link both of their channels in the description. Today's video isn't about the build itself, it's mostly about how to craft the main weapon for the build. And I really want to show you guys how to do this because it could be a little confusing for newer players. It is a little bit on the expensive side, fair warning, but it is insane. So I'm just going to show you really quick what the build is like, and then we can get to the crafting, because I know some people are hesitant to try new skills out that haven't been tested, but I'm telling you, this is worth it. So I'll show you in this battle. As you can see, the damage absolutely melts. And it's somewhat tanky too. Anything CI is somewhat tanky. There is a ward version of this build now, but it's not necessary. Instantly dead. Super fast because of lightning warp, nothing good. At least we get some gold. And our guy is safe. And our Atlas runners are safe. Alright, so let's go back to our hideout. And let's get to crafting. For this video, I don't really have the currency to craft a second wand right now. So I'm going to show you guys in Craft of Exile exactly how to do it. So this is the weapon, what it looks like in the finished product. This is not the best in slot because it's T2 lightning. And I have T4 critical strike multi. I only stopped because I was running out of div, and I didn't want to brick the wand and have to restart because I wouldn't have been able to actually restart the wand. Like, I would have just had to use my older one, which was way worse. So let's hop into Craft of Exile, and we'll go from there. Also, just in case anybody's wondering the price, if I just highlight all of these, honestly, just get rid of the quality. 30 div and about 150 div. But I think if we take the attack speed down slightly to 1.7, probably be a lot more. No, I guess not. I guess it's not too common. Okay, well, let's get to crafting. All right, so starting off, we want to get a kinetic wand with attack speed fracture. Depends what your budget is like, but I would say at least go for 17% fracture. So let's do this. We don't need any of these stats. This was plus I spent 45 divine on an impossible escape, so the least I could do is put money into my weapon. So say for example we get this weapon with attack speed. Let's go to Craft of Exile, let's import it, and let me show you guys how to craft it. Hello. Alright, we're just going to create it from scratch. Or we can use the Wrath, but I prefer Hatred. And you're going to keep spamming until you hit T3 or higher added lightning damage. So this one right here. So that was T7. In this, we would have to annul a suffix out because we're full suffixes and we need one open. So we would annul and we hit. If we didn't, we would have to restart. So thankfully we have open prefix, open suffix. You need both. Next, we're going to go and craft on prefixes cannot be changed. 2 div, by the way. 2 div every time for this step. So we go to suffixes, you go all the way down to prefixes cannot be changed. Boom, we'd craft it on. And now we're going to go for the failed chaos. This is where I lost a couple divs because there's a lot of RNG factor. You have to not brick the weapon and you have to hit a prefix. So we're going to go and we hit a veiled suffix. So in this case, what you'd want to do is you would have to unveil it. Then you'd have to craft on prefixes cannot be changed again. Honestly, the best case would be to use a annulment orb, and then just boom, you would hit it, and then you would back to prefixes cannot be changed, and we would go again. Boom. And we hit it this time, veiled prefix. So could take a couple tries. As long as you keep the prefixes open, you're okay. So we hit a veiled prefix, and Now we're going to unveil it and hope to hit attack to this weapon, penetrate, but we need LE res. So on this case, the build is almost completely failed. What you could do in that sense, if you were, let's say, to not hit it, like in this case, pick something like this, minions, right? It's a little trick. Then we could go and craft cannot roll attack mods, and then we could annul, and it would guarantee hit the minions. But if you were to craft, say you messed it up and you were to unveil and you took attacks with this or this one, anything with an attack mod, then you just have to 1 in 3 annul, which would suck because getting back the lightning damage would take a lot of div or a lot of essences. So what you want to do, if you do miss the unveil, let's say in this case we hit it, but let's say you missed it, you do something that doesn't revolve around attack. So you do this one, no attack mod, you craft on cannot roll attack mod, and then we would go for the annul. Of course, you could still hit the cannot roll attack mod, so that's 1 div, and boom. It's better than having the 2 div down the drain, it's only 1. Then you would craft on prefixes cannot be changed, right? And you would 2 div, and you would try again. And then boom, we hit a veiled prefix, you'd unveil, and you would hope to hit this one. So there you go. There is your prefixes done. Now, onto the suffixes. This is the hardest part. Once you got this, you're okay, but this next part still has risk to it and could still break your item, which is why I guess they're 30 div and 150 div respectively, because this is an expensive craft. So we would now craft on prefixes cannot be changed again, so another 2 div, and we would harvest, reforge, crit until we hit T1 or T2 global crit multi. So T4 is what I settled for because I missed 6 times. So I hit it, and I hit critical strike chance. I did it again. Well, here we hit T2. I wish I was that lucky. Critical strike chance. T4. Oh, well, that would have been nice if I hit that on my 5th try, but this is what you want to hit. Global critical strike multiplier. The only thing is that there is a low chance that you fill up both, just like this. This is what I was fearful for when I was crafting and I was running low on div, was to brick my item and hit double suffix, and then I would have to 1 in 5 annul. Technically it's 2 out of 5 is good, and then if we hit any of these, boom, the whole build is bricked. We'd have to start from scratch. So there is a low chance. That's why I settled until I get more currency. But hopefully you guys just hit a high global crit multi, and you hit it early. So we're gonna keep going. As you guys can see, like this is 2 div every time. You have to understand, every time you mess this up, your crafting prefixes cannot be changed, and you're doing this again. Hopefully one of the times you hit global critical strike multiplier, and you're pretty much done. After this, you can rest easy. You go on to your crafting. You go on to, where is it? Critical strike chance with double attributes. Where is this craft? Critical strike chance with intelligence and strength, because you need that for your build, and the crit chance is also great. And your weapon is done. And actually, this is better than my weapon because this one has T1 crit multi, which would make a big difference in your damage compared to T4 that I settled for. But as you can see, my damage is still fantastic. So if I were to get T1, it would be even better. But mostly the prefixes take time, especially to hit that veiled prefix chaos and then to hit the LE damage. The thing is, LE or chaos pen is guaranteed each roll, but it's not guaranteed you hit the LE or the chaos. You're going to hit one of the 2 on each roll, but if you hit the chaos, like I said, don't choose it. Choose something that doesn't have an attack tag so that you can do the cannot roll attack modifier and go for the annul and save it, because you don't want to essence spam again, especially if you have like a T1 lightning roll, which is really rare to hit. So that's how you craft this weapon. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a really amazing, fun build. I beat all the pinnacle bosses on it, all the Ubers, everything. I'm just kind of grinding challenges now. I'm pretty done with the league. There's not too much left for me to farm. It's kind of stale right now just because loot is not dropping. FYI, I'm probably 120 divine deep in this build, and let me show you my ground loot this league. 10 div. I've only dropped 10 div, and 4 of them came from strong boxes T17. 6 div all league. It's a crafting league, boys. This is why I say, if you don't know how to craft, it's always good to learn yourself, because this is where all my divines have come from. Is literally flipping 6 links, or crafting these warlord boots, or even crafting another wand for 10 div. This is where the currency comes from. I'm telling you, ground loot isn't it this league. I'm sure you guys know that if you've been playing. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see a video guide on the rest, I mean, the armor is not really anything I crafted from the tree, but if you want to see how to make the shield, which is socket reservation and ES on block, let me know and I can help you guys out. And besides that, hope you enjoyed. Any questions, comments, leave it down below and I'll try to get back to you when I can. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.